everyone, back again. So I have kind of like, I don't know, I guess I'm breaking out a little. So instead of doing a tutorial this week, what I wanted to do is kind of like a try it video. You know, anytime I do a tutorial, you know, I want to make sure that I know what I'm talking about before I just like tell you guys to do stuff. And so whenever I learn like a new technique, I sit there and I watch tutorials and then I try stuff and then figure out what works best, and then I go and I tell you guys my method for doing stuff. So one of the things that I've really wanted to try out is the cut crease eye makeup, and I've never really done it before. I watched a tutorial last night and I kind of have like the basic idea of it in my head. I kind of had that in my head before I watched the tutorial because I mean, it seems like it's simple, but we're gonna try it and you guys get to watch me screw up a lot. So, this should be fun. What am I doing? Here we go. So first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my eyebrows on real quick because, you know, this is like a really bold eye makeup look, so I feel like my eyebrows should actually like be on for this. So I'm just taking, this is my new Anastasia Beverly Hills, this is the Dip Brow Pomade, it's in the color Ash Brown. It's just like a little, it's like half wax, half cream type stuff. And I'm just taking my BH Cosmetics angled liner brush and just kind of drawing stuff in real quick. This part I actually know how to do, so I guess if you want like a mini brow tutorial as a bonus, I guess there you go. Right towards the end, I'm just doing little tiny strokes just to kind of have it blend in a little. And then I like to take the sides of the brush and just kind of sweep the color up into my brows so that they're a little fuller. And as you can see, there's a huge difference. I don't like to fill my brows in too much or draw them on like too big. This is just because when I put my foundation on, it ends up getting into my eyebrows and everything. A lot of times, what I'll do is I'll just use like a tinted brow mascara, and I'll do that, but lately this has been my thing because I wanted to start getting into doing my brows, so I did. And this stuff is great too. It only costs like $18, and you only need a tiny, tiny bit. It comes in a bunch of colors. I think there's even like a gray color, which is nice if you want to just do like gray-ish brows, which I was doing for a little while, so there is that. I'm not like terribly crazy about my brows. I don't do a ton with them. I just get them filled in and I guess a little even. And then just kind of brush it out real quick. I really don't do much with them because I swore, like, it's so funny, I swore when I was a kid that I was never going to worry about doing my eyebrows because I hated looking at all the like drawn on eyebrows. And I was like, that just doesn't even look good. What are these girls doing? What is wrong with these people? And now I'm one of those people that draws my eyebrows on. But to be fair, my eyebrows are pretty terrible naturally. And I figured if I was going to get into this whole makeup thing, I should actually, you know, look somewhat groomed. So, there's my eyebrows. I don't do much with them. I just kind of fill them in and get them a little even, and then that's it. So now on to the actual cut crease part. So basically, if you've never seen the cut crease stuff, first of all, where have you been? Because it's everywhere on like Pinterest and stuff. So it's basically like, you know, you do the top part normal where it's all blended out nice and everything, and then there's like this harsh line in the middle where it's, you can either do it like a color or you can use liner or whatever. And then, you know, the lid part is very, excuse me, it's very precise. That's the word I was looking for. It's very precise application. So I've never done this before, so this should be really interesting. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. This is a really great palette, but I also wanted to use my new Ipsy stuff, the Jelly Pong Pong Cosmetics. This is like an eyeshadow duo that I got in my Ipsy bag, and I want to use this like rose gold color, and this was the palette that seemed to match the best with it. So first thing that I'm going to do is I'm not using any primer because I put concealer up here, and I'm using that as my primer. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to do my brow bone color, and I'm going to take, excuse you, I'm going to take this purpley color here. It's called Buon Fresco. Buon. I'm sure I pronounced that horribly. And I'm just going to get a little bit on my brush and tap off the excess and just kind of real lightly work that up into my brow. Not like in my eyebrows, that'd be silly. I don't want purple eyebrows today. But up on the brow bone and everything. And I'm just going to kind of really gently blend and buff it out. I have learned recently, and this is really upped my blending game, if you hold the brush towards the end of it and not up here, it gives you a really light hand, and it really ups your blending game. It gives everything like a nice, round, smooth look, and I've found that I really like that. It's not as harsh, and it's a lot easier to blend. So there's a fun little pro tip that I got from people who know how to do makeup way better than me. Because, you know, I am actually not the best that's out there. I'm relatively amateur. So just kind of working that up into the brow bone here and getting it even. You don't have to worry about it being super precise right now because you're going to go back through and you're going to fix it up and everything. There's concealer involved. So don't freak out if it's a little messy. Do-do, do-do-do. So there's that. And then the next color that I'm going to go to is I'm going to go for this one here. It's called Warm Taupe. It's like a nice, like, neutrally, really light brown. And I'm going to work that into my crease as a transition shade. This is a new thing that I have recently started doing too. I never worried about transition shades because I was like, that's just a waste of time. I'm just going to blend everything out and it'll be fine. And I watched a like do's and don'ts video, and it was like, use transition shades because it'll look so much better. So I was like, okay, whatever, I'll try it. And it really does look so much better. It really does. So, gonna get that right down into the crease. And like I said, don't worry, like you can see it's a little messy. Don't worry, we're gonna clean it up and everything. So, don't freak out. And we're blending, and we're blending. And my son is in the downstairs bathroom, and all I can hear is him talking to himself. He's so funny. He's finally potty trained, which is great, but he spends, like, he gets so excited about it now that he spends so much time in the bathroom. He's so funny. So he's down there right now, and sitting in the bathroom talking to himself, and I can hear it carrying up. So it's very funny. I'm sure he's sitting down there going, who's Mama talking to? So there's that. And then because I have slightly hooded eyes and I like to add a little bit of dimension, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this color here. It's called Venetian Red. And I'm going to do my outer crease with that real quick. I don't want to do too much with it, but I want to get, it's almost like a contouring thing. I want to get a little bit of dimension in my eyes because, like I said, they're slightly hooded, so this helps make them look a little bigger and a little more defined. And I'm just kind of sweeping it out. A lot of the cut crease stuff, it comes out. So I'm going to kind of try and do that a little bit. Hopefully this will turn out okay and this will actually become like a legitimate tutorial and not just a try it video. So we'll see by the end if I get to call this an actual tutorial or not. Blending. This is the thing that sucks about it, is that it takes so much blending. So it can become a process. And if you don't want it to be a process, then maybe this isn't the look for you. The video that I watched to try and learn how to do this was like 25 minutes long, and I was like, oh god, it takes forever. So we're doing that, and I'm just kind of almost winging it out a little towards the end here, because it's basically what you do is you kind of wing it. All right, so then I'm gonna go back and just get my crease color in here and a little more defined and blend it into the middle here so that that's nice and blended. And we're gonna go through and we're gonna blend everything more. So there's that. Okay, so now comes the fun part. This is the part that I don't really know if it's gonna turn out okay. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to take like concealer or foundation or something and get like this nice harsh line right in here. This is where it becomes interesting. So I am using my new concealer. I got the Tarte Shape Tape, and it's pretty wonderful. I'm starting to understand why people pay $25 for this. So I'm just getting a little bit on a nice, tight, precise brush here. And the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dab it on my eyelid here. And I'm only doing it on the eyelid, because it's supposed to be this very precise, harsh line. That's the whole point of the cut crease, is that it's a precise thing. And then towards the end, I'm gonna kind of wing it out a little and then blend this down. And that's actually not completely awful. And then you just kind of blend the concealer down in. And what this will do too, you can also use foundation. Let me just throw that out there. But what this will do too is this will also, excuse me, kind of prime it a little, so that you can, it'll stay. And you can also use like glitter, which is kind of cool. A lot of people, when they do cut creases, I've seen they use glitter, which can be really interesting. I'm not using glitter. Glitter is the devil. Glitter is the herpes of the craft and makeup world, because it gets everywhere, and it doesn't matter what you do, you can't escape it. All right. I'm gonna try and get this as even as possible. It's not terrible. It's not completely terrible. So then I guess what you want to do is, after you make sure that it is all precise and wonderful, is you want to set it with like a nice light eyeshadow. It's like just a little weird over here. Okay. There we go. Okay. So that's the like cut part. So then you want to take like a nice light shadow, probably close to your skin tone. I'm going to be using this one. It's the first one in the palette. It's called Tempera. And I'm just going to kind of press it on there just to set it real quick. And it'll make it so that it doesn't crease or anything, because despite the name, you don't want this to crease, actually. So there's that. And then you're gonna take another, oh, this is all dusty. I don't use these brushes very much. You're gonna take another nice, tight, small brush, and then you're gonna do the lid color. And you wanna leave like a little line in the middle, because it's kind of the point is that it's got this line in the middle. So I'm using this rose gold color here because I really wanted to try it out. I think I'm gonna use this mirror because it's nice and small. And you literally only wanna get it right on the lid and leave this like line in the middle there. Doo-doo-doo. And I'm not really sure what the point of this look is. I think it's just kind of cool, but it's like a thing. I see it all over Pinterest. This cut crease thing is everywhere. And I'm not entirely sure, like, if it's supposed to help, like, shape your eyes or if it's just, like, a dynamic thing. I don't really know. But I wanted to try it because I keep seeing it everywhere. So I figured, why not? Let's put a little bit of this gold one in here, too. Ooh, that's kind of nice if I put it right down towards the lash line. It's not so bad. Brightens it up a little. So then what you can do, and you don't have to do this part, but you can kind of wing your lid color out just a tiny bit. And it kind of pulls everything together. The other thing that this will do is if you can get the angle right, you can use your cut crease as a guideline for your wings there, which is kind of cool. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take my blending brush again, and I'm going to just darken up the top part, the crease here, just a tiny, tiny bit. Going to go like super, super slow. Just because I want it a little more red, and it blended out a little bit, and I really like the bright reds of this palette. And I think if I brighten this up, it'll help make everything stand out a little more, which I really like. I like the idea of my eyeshadow standing out. So just kind of brightened that up a little bit. And then I'm gonna do my wings. And this will hopefully pull everything together. Which one? Which one? I'm gonna use this one. I'm gonna use, I got a sample of the Kat Von D tattoo liner. Excuse me. So I'm gonna try that. And I'm gonna try and use my cut crease as a guideline for the wings. And try and get everything all like the same angle. It's gonna be a really long wing. Guess we're doing long ones today. There we go. Ugh. I've been playing around with my wing shape too, trying to find what works best for my eyes, and it has not been going very well. It's a struggle daily. Because I was like, oh, I'm calling myself a makeup artist, I should add some variety to my life. Yeah, that's not so bad. It's not so bad. I can live with this. Now I just gotta get the other side to do the thing. Do-do-do. I think it's gonna be a good day, guys. I think it's gonna be a great day. because my wings came out pretty even on the first shot. I'm just gonna touch them up a little. And this one needs to be a little thicker on the top. That might be too thick. Oh, it might be a bad day. It's okay, we'll fix it. Get another mini tutorial of how to fix your wings if you screw them up. Tiny strokes, this is why I always say this, tiny, tiny strokes. Because you will screw up. It's inevitable. You will screw up. I found that if I tilt my head up, I can get a better idea of my my wings. Oh, it's all jacked up here. Okay, well, that's okay, because we have the little brush with the concealer. So we'll just go through and we'll redefine the cut crease. That's what we'll do. Yeah. And that'll help fix my wings that I have jacked up. Yeah. Totally works. Totally can't tell that I messed up, right? Right. So that's fun. It's interesting. I don't know if I like this. I don't know if I'm gonna like do this again. This is such a, like a weird look. Maybe just because I'm so used to what I already do and I'm a Taurus. I don't like change. Change is scary. Change is very scary. So there's that. And I guess you can do like colors in the middle too. That's not where you go. You can do colors in the middle too. You don't have to just stick with the concealer. But I don't know, I guess that's like a thing. So let's throw some mascara on. I'm going to use my Tarte Lights Camera Lashes mascara. It's my favorite mascara, and I will show you why. Because these are like my normal lashes, okay? And I have real long lashes, okay? But like, I put this stuff on. And all of a sudden, it's like I'm wearing false lashes. This stuff is amazing. It works so well. And it's cruelty-free. And it's Tarte, so it's got like good stuff in it. It's so wonderful. I love it. I love it so much. It's like a tiny bit gloopy in the beginning, so you just have to use a light hand. Like when you first get it and it's brand new, a tiny bit gloopy. I will say that. But this is my favorite mascara of all time. I like this even more than I like the Urban Decay Perversion mascara, and that's a really good mascara. Also very gloopy and gooey in the beginning. Doo-doo-doo. Being super picky. All right, so all in all, I think I did okay for a first try. It's not like completely even over here. This side is a little higher, but that can be fixed with a little bit of blending and whatnot. But for a first go, I think it's not terrible. I think maybe I could work on the angle a little bit and get it a little better. I don't know. We'll see. I might have to play around with it and see if I like it. I'm undecided about whether I even like the look. But my wings came out okay. All said and done, my wings came out okay, so it's going to be a good day. So there we go. All right, so thank you guys for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this. You know, like I said, I like to try out new things and see what I can do so that maybe I can do a tutorial for you guys. So, you know, let me know if you like this, and if you guys do, then I will actually play around with this and I will learn how to do it for you guys so that I can do an actual legitimate tutorial on how to do it. So I hope you guys really liked watching me try stuff for the first time. Please like and share my videos. I'm trying to get started as a professional makeup artist. I want to get my name out there. I want to get noticed. I want to eventually go to school for this. So please, please get my name out there. Get me noticed. If you'd like to make a donation towards getting me to school, you can do so at my PayPal right now. There's a link in my profile and also in the video description. Any and all donations are so, so appreciated. They all help, but they're not necessary. They all go towards school, but like I said, not necessary. You don't have to pay for the videos or anything. Those are all going to remain free no matter what. So, you know, you don't have to do that, but I would really appreciate it if you did, because, you know, cosmetology school is expensive. So thank you guys so much. Thank you for continuing to support me, and I will see you all next time for another video. Mwah! I love you all. Bye-bye.